I am pretty much looking into a mirror. That's why I shaved, because Ryan, we had a very similar beard. Now it's like we do similar things. We're both wearing hoodies. We're both wearing hats. I had to do something a little bit differently. I am joined by Ryan Sullivan from the BopCast. Now Ryan is a rapper, producer, DJ, and podcaster from New Jersey. Also from New Jersey myself. Also known by his stage name Sully Bop. In 2018, he launched the BopCast, an audio and video podcast interviewing outliers who are breaking the mold regardless of the status quo. I gotta ask how you came up with that one. But he also launched a podcast, Principles of Full Service Digital Podcast Production Company, in March of 2020. So Ryan, it sounds like we're a competition. I use that in quotes. But competition is another word for partner in the podcast game. So how are you doing, my friend? Welcome to the podcast. It's a pleasure to meet you.
Thank you for doing this. Well, I appreciate it. Yeah, it's a pleasure to meet you as well. And yeah, I mean, same thing we both said in our emails, which is it's competition, but it's really not. It's just who's going to do it. And it's which person do they like the most or develop a relationship with most. It's like there's 4 mechanics that you can go to. It's just the one that you think is the most honest and the one you like the most, right? So yeah, man, I don't view it as competition in this podcast world, same as you. You're the second or third company you're the third person today that does what we do that I've talked to today. So, it's like I'm just constantly adding folks like yourself to my network. And for you to be a Jersey-based person, that's great, man. I love New Jersey podcasts. It's not a huge podcast community, which I've realized in New Jersey. So, hey, if we're kind of making it happen out here. So thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
Slowly but surely. I mean, with podcasting in general, it's more of this like, the stronger you are together, the stronger you are together, right? The stronger the individual, the stronger the whole. So that kind of works out for me. It is interesting. I also like to talk to people like you, because it's like, okay, what are you doing differently that I'm not doing? But let's go back to the beginning. How did you get into podcasting?
Yeah. So, I mean, the easy answer is that I
wanted to cut this clip in particular at the start of the podcast. It's kind of kick off the vibe of this podcast, where me and Ryan, we do very similar things, but we're not quite really competition. I mean, we are, but we're not. It's a fine middle ground. Let me see what you all think about that middle ground. Comment below. Let me know. Full podcast in the description. I don't know how he got started in podcasting, what he does, Sully Bop, and all that stuff. Yeah, and click the like button, et cetera, and watch more stuff. Appreciate it.